Hi, this is Trev and welcome to my blog. I've received a few emails just over this last sort of week or so asking me about is there any more content in the pipeline and asking me about the hammers and my shop and stuff like that. So I thought I'd do this quick update because I haven't actually got a video that I can upload, certainly nothing I can upload in the next week, so I thought I'd keep you in the loop and let you know what's been going on in my life, because a lot has changed in the last month. It certainly has. I've gone from kind of working part-time in a restoration place to working pretty much full-time now running a catering business, and in between that I've been trying to sort of make videos as well because that's something that I really want to concentrate on. But like with everything in life, you never realise what's involved until you actually do it. And you know, that statement has pretty much hit the nail on the head with this catering thing. We've been extremely fortunate in getting a pitch. So we got a pitch at a local farm shop. Just literally walked in there and started chatting to the business owners, really nice people, and they said that they would be interested in us having a pitch in their farm shop premises. So that's what we've done. We've had to apply to the local authority for a street trader's licence. The farm shop's address is Grange Farm Shop, Tewkesbury Road, Coombe Hill, Gloucester, Gloucestershire, GL 19 4BH. Hey, why don't you pop along and come and see us? You can also wander around the fantastic antique shop next door to us, where they sell wonderful antiques and upcycled goods. This is a joint venture between Sam and Philippa that own the farm shop and Hayley and Chris, and it's a wonderful old shop that's been put in a near sort of derelict building. They've done it up, but not too much. It looks lovely and rustic, and they got some wonderful pieces in there, not too badly priced either. Also, the farm shop is actually a live working farm still, so they stock all their own meats and they do lots of fruit and vegetables, and also a lot of local fruit and veg in there also. So you can make a bit of a day of it, couldn't you? Come and pop in and see us if you don't live too far away. For the foreseeable future, we will be doing Fridays and Saturdays, and hopefully from next month, providing we can actually fit it all in, we'll be doing Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays too. That's what we've been doing for the last few weeks, and we've also been trying to keep up with the online sales of the cakes and a few other fiascos in between. So I'll just sort of give you a bit of an update on the fiascos and also the projects that are in the pipeline, because I am working on about 3 or 4 different things, and this has been the issue really, because I haven't really been able to get my teeth stuck into anything and see it through. So I've been doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and there are a lot of plates spinning at the moment, and 1 or 2 of them have fallen on the floor as well. One of my son's mates is really reliant on his car for his job, and he drives a lot of miles, got a BMW diesel, and all of a sudden his car developed a knocking noise. So it was, Dad, is there any chance that you could just have a look at this car? So we sort of worked out that the car had an oil change for a long time, so he thought, well, it wouldn't hurt to change the oil and just see what happens. I mean, what's the worst thing that can possibly happen? So we did an oil change on the car, and the knocking noise completely went away, so we thought we were in the clear on that. And 2 days later the timing chain snapped, and it's at the back of the engine, so the whole engine's got to come out. I didn't get involved, I sort of drew the line at that one. Because I'm doing the whole van thing and I don't need my car for going to and fro from work, my son said, can I borrow your car? My mate can borrow my car. So I said, great. The day before he was going to borrow my car, I actually went to restoration and did a day's work, and I got in the car and I was driving at the car park, and literally the front of my car went so I thought, what's happened there? It was accompanied by a bit of a boing noise as well. I thought, coil spring snapped, hasn't it? So I drove home, sort of all the way like that, drove home, and there was the most awful sort of cracking noise every time I went over a bump in the road. And when I got home, I had a look underneath the wheel arch and the coil spring had completely snapped in half. There's this great big piece of spring hanging out and it's catching on the inner wing every time I went over a bump. So I thought, oh no, George needs to use my car. So got onto Euro Car Parts, of course, flu virus. Our local depot's closed, so I had to go to another depot in another town, pick the coil spring up. Cost me a whole £3.50 for a coil spring. See, people take the mick out of me driving around in my mother-in-law's car, but at the end of the day, it's a cheap car to keep on the road. So old 4KA. So anyway, I got home and I got all the suspension off, and this happens. Oh, the joys of working outside. Just got the car immobilised. It's just started to rain. Let's see what happens. It's okay, the tail's still in one piece. I've got plenty going on my bench at the moment and it all tells a story. Let's start with the computer first. So I was just about to launch the Trev's blog shop and everything goes through this computer to do with our shop. And just about to launch it and the computer blew up. And we're not entirely sure what's the matter with it now. Initially my son started taking bits apart. He pulled out the CPU out of the motherboard because he wondered whether it was something to do with that. Anyway, we identified the main problem to be the power supply unit. So we got another power supply unit and it's applying power to the computer, but the computer still isn't working, unfortunately. So I'm just having to go around everything now. I'm going to put it back together again and we'll see if it's going to work. Oh, before I forget, whoever sent me these, thank you very much. These were sent to me, I think it was probably last year now. A couple of welding caps. I've absolutely no idea who sent me those, but whoever you are, thank you very much. I've also made a couple of recent eBay purchases. So if you're one of those people that's donated some money, then you're responsible for this. Thank you very much, guys. I sincerely mean that, and it also means that your donation has gone to help those people watch some videos. That's really good of you. So what I've done is I've bought this real heavy duty bead roller because the bead rollers I've used in the past are a bit thinner than this. And what I've noticed is when I'm using them, the dies seem to go, one goes one way and one goes the other because this whole assembly twists. This is 25mm thick, this one. It weighs an absolute ton. It was as much as I could do to lift it up and get it into that vise. It's tipped up, of course, because the handle at the back hits the bench. But I've got plans for this beauty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stand for it, custom made stand. I'm also going to motorise it, and you know, I thought I'd get something better than the cheapest that was available, if you know what I'm saying. I thought it was just worth it. I mean, a lot of people go to a lot of trouble bracing these things, and they have some good results doing that too. But I just thought, well, if I can buy this, it's super rigid to start with. That's going to save me an extra job. It comes with plenty of dies, and it comes with these cutting dies as well, which actually work quite well, which means that you can cut metal out with the dies, these dies. It also comes with 3 different bead dies, so you get the 3 different size bead dies. I think it's 3 different size step dies as well, so you get all these dies with it. And also, I think in here there's some depth stops as well. I haven't set all that up yet. I've got round to that yet. Which literally just got it out of the box. So yeah, so you get all that and you get the bead roller, and that's from a company on eBay called WNS. No affiliation to them, but I just thought I'd give them a mention because they've done a nice bit of kit, good price, and it was delivered to the door in a day. I mean, it came a day earlier than they said, so always big up somebody that sort of looks after the customer. So thanks very much for that, WNS. Something else I bought as well was these beauties, because I believe the diameter on this model is slightly larger than the cheaper ones that you can buy. And this other company called Stakesies, they're also on eBay. Now these things normally cost an absolute fortune, and these weren't cheap, but they were very reasonably priced for a full set of 4. You got 1.5 inches, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and 5/16. And these are rounding over dies so that you can make tanks and nice curved corners. You know, you want to make a nice rounded edge, like on the end of this freezer. That's got a nice rounded edge, and you can make that in steel and join it together in the center. So these only do like a 45-degree bend. Brilliant thing about these is they've got the end stop on that, which means that you push your panel in all the way up to that end stop, and as long as you keep the panel tight to that, you don't go wavering off all over the place, and that does make a big difference. And they all 4 have got an end stop on, and all 4 come in, I think it was £160, which is exceptional value for money considering the quality of the dies, because these work so well. I've just run a couple of bits of metal through and I'm really impressed. They're super smooth. There are a few things I was slightly concerned with about them. Doesn't seem to be an issue. The metal seems to remain quite square and true after they've run through. You know, that they don't seem to be diving off at an angle. So fairly square joints, and they seem smooth. So when you put them up against the backstop, I thought that it might be trying to pick up the panel a bit and sort of drag it around, but it doesn't seem to do that. And I've got four different profiles there, so plenty to play with and a good price. This was my first play with the rounding over dies. I'm really impressed with that. I really like the way this has come out. So if you had 2 panels like this and then you just butted them up, you have a 90-degree bend, 45 on each slit, and then you weld it straight across the middle, finish that off nicely, and then you've got a perfect radius bend. And I've got the 4 profiles, of course. This is my first attempt with the largest bead roller, and look how crisp that looks. Really crisp, and there was absolutely no twist at all in this rigid frame. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the video description to both these. So these were Stakesies and the other one is WNS. I'll put a link to both of these. Both fine companies selling stuff on eBay, and thanks to everybody that's helped donate again. I'm really appreciative of that, and I'll show you the motor to run this. So this was a motor I ended up buying. It's a shunt motor, and it's a variable speed. So, and it's directional as well, so you can change the direction and variable speed. I've watched this thing in action on a video because the person that sold it to me did a video for me so I could see it working, and it's got a nice gearbox on the back, and the output shaft slows right down to stop. It'll actually stop if you turn that down low enough. You just turn it all the way down and that'll go so slow it'll actually come to a complete stop. And I thought that would be perfect for the bead roller because plenty of torque, quite a powerful motor as well, and that should be perfect for the job. So what I've got to do is I've got to wire it up. Yeah, I've been studying the wiring because you need 5 wires going from the control box to the motor, because it's a shunt motor, so it's got like I think they're called field magnets inside, so you've got like 2 magnets in there and 2 wires go to those magnets, and then the other 2 wires go to the brushes, and then the last wire goes to the earth. So I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into this. This is a really exciting project for me to be getting involved. This is the stuff of dreams for me, so I just can't wait to get started on it. Something else I've been working on is this sign. So this is going to be a old-fashioned neon sign. A guy called Chris Cadle has been helping me on this one, and he's helped me design this sign. He's going to do all the glass work as well. Now this is just the basic sign. I'm going to round off the corners, and I'm going to use something else to do that, another existing piece of panel work. I'm not going to talk too much about it, so I don't want to give too much away, but that's something else that I've been working on. I'm going to make 4 videos out of this. So the videos are going to be of how to sort of weld in repair sections and get the panels nice and flush and metal finish them off, because people are always asking me, sending me emails about how can I sort of get the panels to weld nice and flush, and how can I finish it off so that it sort of looks less like you've welded something in, and it makes it all look like a complete panel all in one. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing a video on why we get heat distortion and how to get around it after you've welded it up. So the planishing side of things when you're TIG welding. I'll probably incorporate this into part 4 of the TIG welding series as well, because I wanted to do a practical assignment on that. I'm also going to do a bit of so of course I'm going to fabricate the thing, so it'll be a video in its own rights. It'll be, you know, what we're going to do, the design and everything of the sign, and how I made it all. So I'll show you how I used all the equipment, because I went to Race and Restoration and pinched their equipment in exchange for some cakes and some coffees one day, which was really good to see the lads again. So I'll be doing a big video on that. I'm also going to go into painting, so I want to do like a distressed paint work thing on this. Never done that before, so that's going to be something new for me as well. So I'll show you the epoxy primering process, and then filling over that epoxy, then primering it up, and then I'll do some distressed paint. I want to sort of do it. I won't give any more away. We'll cover that when we come to it. And then I'm going to go to Chris's workshop, which is a little way from where I live in Kent, and we're going to sort of fit it up with all the tube work and give you a guided tour of his workshop, and you will have a chat and an interview with Chris as well. So that's something else to look forward to. I've also got these bits and bobs together. So we got a kiddies football and a can of expanding foam, and this is going to be for a collaborative project with Mark Bennett. He's a fiberglass man. I bet you can't work out what that's all about. So my toolbox now resides wheelless where the old compressor used to be. So that's tucked out under the way. I've just had the Artec welders just chucked under there, and not very practical really, but the toolbox fits in there nicely, and it's not in the way because I'm constantly having to move that out of the way when I got the van into the workshop, and it's just always in the way. So the next thing I'm going to do sort of with regards to making things more usable is I'm going to build a trolley for the welders, and I'm going to use the wheels off the toolbox to go into the trolley. So that's a future upcoming project which is going to help me utilise the space that I've got a little better. One other thing I put a bit of time into is I want to make myself a sheet metal guillotine utilising the handheld plasma cutter. So I put a little bit of time into this project, and that's something else that I hope to be, you know, sort of drawing a conclusion to, and I'm going to upload a nice video on that, how I did it and how it works and everything else. So that's something else that's in the pipeline. Going anywhere nice on your holidays this year? Next, Also, the Trev's Barber Shop has had to take a bit of a backseat since this virus thing kicked off. I'm only able now to cut hair on the people that are in my circle. Up over your ears and then bring it.
Same to where you went last time.
Okay, okay, cool. So, you going anywhere nice on your holidays this year? Next! Signs of life. Oh, happy days. We're back online, birdie. So yes, the Trev's blog shop is finally up and running, and initially I was going to do hammers, stickers, t-shirts and mugs, because Rob from Extreme Engineering, he's got a t-shirt printing and mug printing thing, and I was going to do some stickers as well. But what I thought I'd do just for now, just to ease myself into it all, so I'm just going to put 10 hammers on. I have got more in stock, but I thought I'd just put 10 on, make sure I can process those 10, I can post them off, make sure all the customs things are all filled out properly and everything else. Because the whole reason I've really done this is because when I was putting them on eBay and you have that global shipping program thing, people were having to pay $100 just to have the hammer posted to them. And I'd got to pay also to get them to the depot, which seems absolutely crazy to me, but you are protected in other ways as well when you do that. So I just want to make sure everything's going to go okay, and I have got Tracton signed on the postage as well, and it's going to cost a fraction of what it would have cost going through the eBay and the global shipping program. So I thought I'd do my own shop, but just to ease myself in, I'm just going to do just 10 hammers to start with, sell those, get the money in, get them posted out, make sure they've all been posted off and I've got the correct postage in, because you know, it could be a bit of damage limitation if I haven't put enough on the postage and then I end up going to the post office and they say, well, that's not enough money, and then I'll end up footing the bill for all that as well. So this is, you know, as I said, just easing myself in. Then I can bring on other product lines. Like I said, Rob from Extreme, he said he'd do me some t-shirts and some mugs, and we'll introduce those as we go along. So it is finally online. As you can appreciate, has been a bit torturous the last few weeks, trying to sort of juggle everything and keep everything going. And this van thing, I'm just so pleased to finally be doing it, and we're finding our feet all the time, and we're streamlining and simplifying things as well. We're thinking about getting some more freezer storage and another oven as well, because it's really scaled up. I didn't realise, you know, it's gone from a few packets on the kitchen table. You know, my wife's working from a few packets, you know, just sort of processing 1 or 2 orders through people at work that have bought things, and all of a sudden now we've got 25-litre containers full of flour and stuff, and it's all sort of turned into a bit of a commercial enterprise now, because obviously doing the online stuff and also supplying the cakes at the shop. I mean, we can sell 100 cakes at the farm shop, so, and we aim to step it up a day as well, so we'll be doing 3 days there instead of 2, because we're just doing the 2 at the moment, and providing everything keeps bumping along nicely, we're going to do the 3 days. And of course, every time you say, well, we're doing an extra day, it's a whole load of extra work, not just a day you're there, because we only work there from 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. But then you get home, you have to clean everything up, and you also have to bake stuff in between, and the days in between are spent off going down to the local bookers to buy stock in, you know, big bags, big container loads of stuff. And yeah, it's all good, because I like this. It's all different, it's all change. I do like change, it keeps things fresh and exciting. And hopefully next year we'll be able to do some proper events as well, because obviously all the events are off now due to the virus. So it's been a bit of a life raft, this farm shop, really, for us, and it's given us a chance to actually have a go and do something, which is what it's all been about, isn't it, really? So if I can do the van and I can do my videos, I'll be a happy boy. Anyway, I'll see you very shortly. I'm working, like I said, working on plenty of projects, and hopefully there'll be plenty of fresh stuff for you guys to watch. So I'll see you then. Bye for now. What's all this shouting? We'll have no trouble here.
We didn't burn him.